How's it going? Jonathan Dunkerley here. You can call me Dunk. And today I'm going to go over some of the ways that I am using tools like ChatGPT and AI to help me not just create content and make money and make passive income with it, but also to get ideas and help me craft the content that I'm putting out here on YouTube. So yes, I do a lot of these live streams like we're doing right now. Uh, or repurposes or some of the edited ones, but I also have another YouTube channel that I also create content for, and it's all like DeFi and crypto stuff, which is a different niche than this, so I put it on a different channel. But uh, but one thing that I wanted to go over was that you could actually come up with ideas based off of just the smallest little thing. And I'm going to show you how I took like one little event from last week and I kind of like really easy content for myself. And just kind of, I wasn't even really around. I hadn't streamed in about a week because I was not where I usually am, and I just didn't have all the stuff that I had. But I had a microphone, and I was able to record some content, and I was able to use some current events in order to kind of springboard those into actually making some content that's really searchable and that can go viral. Let me just quickly double check. I always get a little paranoid. I just started doing a live a second ago, and I actually was streaming unlisted to not to YouTube. Yeah, to YouTube. So I always get a little paranoid whenever I'm doing that. So now, oh, look, let's refresh. It's still not showing as live on YouTube. It's lying to me. Please be lying to me. Yeah, okay, it's lying to me. Jerk. Okay, not jerk. It's fun. Okay, let me just double check. Okay. Okay, it's working now. I always just get paranoid. Good reason. I have a good reason to get paranoid about that stuff. So, okay, let's get into it. So, what do I use? So, I'm going to use videos that are already doing well. That's the first part that I do, because the thing is, like, YouTube, it's just kind of like a regurgitating I don't know if like cesspool is the right word, but it's like just regurgitating content over and over and over again. And I feel like kind of a shift with YouTube in particular. I think it's because of the other platforms. In all honesty, the other ones all kind of started this way. Was that they went from YouTube saying make less content and you're going to be able to actually create have the same result. You're going to have a channel that's going to do really well if you just do a little. Now that can happen. Don't get me wrong. Um, but with tools like or platforms like TikTok and Reels from like Instagram and Facebook Reels, or now YouTube Shorts, the attention span and the amount of content that people want to consume is just so much more. So it seems like YouTube has been leaning more towards long form content and content that's coming out faster. So you're kind of rewarded when you actually have more. So what I did for my other channel, which again it's just my blockchain channel. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, you could check it out in my description and in my on my X account. I have it linked in my bio. But what I do is I actually go and I use ChatGPT to help me find certain events. So let me just bring up actually wrong tab. Let me just bring this, share screen. And I'm going to go to, so if you may not know what I'm about to like go over of like the topic, but that's not what's important. So um, I have that at my other channel. It's about Web3 crypto stuff. Again, you may not be interested in that if that's not what out. This is about me just showing you how I'm able to kind of take an event like this. So I'm gonna just share my screen real quick, or share my screen real quick so you can see. There we go. Just do it. Okay. So you see that there's this one event. It was for just something that's on Web3 crypto stuff. Again, it doesn't really matter if you don't understand what this is, but but I want you to get the concept. So there's this event that happened, right? And the dates are right here actually. January 2020 to 26th. There was like a 2-day event. So opportunity to create content. Now, you may have your own thing. Maybe it's you're in a completely different niche, whatever it is. event like this happens and there's some updates. Maybe you're just but this is a good way to do it. So there's an event that comes out, and it's like one that they're streaming it online and stuff like that. And so it's you're going to be able to get a lot of content out of this. But what this did is they gave updates. What happens with that events? They'll tell you like, okay, this new thing happened, and then this new thing happened, and then this new thing happens. But how do we try to of content and not just like, all right, let's just do a recap of what they just did, you know? But we want it to be content that's going to be evergreen and that's going to make us money. It's going to make us get us views and things like that. And again, like the reason why I see it, like the views lead to leads, which lead to sales on something I control. But again, getting ahead of myself. ChatGPT right here. And then I actually just had a prompt that I was already working with. Let me just grab. So I am using both mini high, their newest one. I don't have the $200 one. Sorry. Didn't spend $200 for that. But let me just grab this. So it is one that has reasoning, and it could also look up stuff on the internet. So those are the things that I know they have like newer versions that are coming out that are on their pro version, which is $200 a month. Again, not going to spend $200 a month right now to get something just a few weeks early, unless it like actually is financially worth it. So I'm just going to paste this in here. So I just wrote this prompt right here. Let me zoom in so you can see it a little bit closer. So again, the event was just called Cat Stand Bull. Like it was in, like because their whole thing is cats. You hope you get it. What's that? So I just said, give me all the updates. Oop, typo there. From the recent Cat Stand Bull 2025 event for Jupiter. Make me a list from most important to least important to least. So and then I'm going to click search. And one thing to note, like if you are using this, some of the models like this one, the ChatGPT 03 mini high, it doesn't let you attach files, which it's very helpful when you are trying to do something locally and you want to attach files so it has like local data. It could be photos or it could be text or whatever, but but it has search, so it's going to be able to search it. What I would do a lot if I was just going to grab this from YouTube, I would go and I would grab from like Tactic, whatever's powered by Tactic. It's like it's one of the better free YouTube transcribers that I use whenever I want to just grab the transcription. I don't think it actually transcribes it. I think it just grabs it from YouTube. So it's just a way to like extract the transcript from YouTube. But point is that if you needed something, you could just grab the transcript and paste it in. But so let's just see what's going to happen. I'm going to hit enter. I said, give me all the updates from the recent Cat Stand Bull 2025 event. So each one of these updates could be a potential video. Okay, I'm going to hit. There we go. All right, it is. Let me just zoom out so you can see. So what it does first is it's actually reasoning its speed before just start blurting out an answer. So I like using this just because it's actually figuring things out before it just gives me an answer. So like, see, it's all of this is not even the answer yet. It's just highlighting key updates. It's going through information. It's searching the web. It's searching. Sorry. Okay, so now and then it also tells you. I like that it says. Did not even tell me this stuff. Usually it tells you how many seconds it took. So it says below is a ranked list. So I said I want it ranked of the key updates from the Jupiter's recent Cat Stand Bull event. So game-changing tokenomics, so on and so forth. So okay, the first one, $3 billion Jupe burn. Cool. Strategic token buyback. Again, okay, cool. Major investment in AI and meme coin ecosystem. Cool. That's each one of these. I hope you understand. Like each one of these is a potential video in itself. You don't need to you could make a list of like, here are the you could make a list video right off the bat. It's got 7 things. I probably will turn this into a list. It's easy, easy video to make. So let me see. Okay, so then there's community and governance initiatives. So, and you don't have to do all of them if you don't want to, if you don't think they're going to make great videos. But marketing and reaction, there we go. And then detailed tokenomics and multi-sig future vision and partnership. So now what you could do is, so now I could say, okay, here's a topic. I could do this one of 2 different ways. I could say like, write me, let's call it I always like to, like, whenever I'm making a video like this, my rule of thumb is always as short as it has to be, but as long as it has to be, but as short as possible. That's always like what I like whenever I'm making a video. I never want to fluff it. I never want to add stuff that doesn't matter. I want to just give you the content. But there is a few things as far as like, if you're doing this to make money, obviously you're trying to create some content that is going to be valuable, right? You want it to be valuable content and not just me talking for 8+ minutes just so I can get you to watch an extra ad. It's like, that's not what I want. I know you don't want, you don't want to, if I could say something in 5 minutes, I should say it in 5 minutes. That's my point. If I could say it in 10 minutes, I should say it in 10 minutes. If it takes me an hour to say it, I should say it in an hour. If I could say it in 1 minute, great. I got a short. That's my point. That's how that works for me. So let's just first start by just taking, let's just paste this here. Let me just zoom in so you can see what I'm writing. So you could just start. So I'm going to show you this way to do this. And then I'm going to show you another way that you could do this, which if you follow somebody, this might be easier for you. So, okay. Write me a 10 to 15. Let's just call it 10 to 20 minute, just because I find you got to kind of figure out how fast your pace is. Like with my videos, I'm typically a little bit more, like edited videos, I'm a little bit more fast paced. But with my videos that I'm not editing like this, obviously I might take a little bit longer to say something. But whenever I'm creating an edited video, I like to keep the beat fast. I don't want to give you a second to like lose your attention span. But so write me a 10 to 20 minute outline for this, for a YouTube video. Now it's going to give me an outline, be as detailed as you need to be to cover all the important information. Let's see what it gives us. It's just going to give us the outline right now. It's not going to give us like a full script. Not yet. But now it's reading. It's okay. Look, we got a nice little outline. So you could read through this video intro, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And it's even breaking it down by how long it probably will take. Now, this gets easier once you start having some scripts in the bag. And let me just show you, I'll show you that in just a minute why. So now we can go deeper into this and find out if this is actually covering everything that we wanted to, because you'd want it to be a topic that you're actually making content on or that you're interested in. But I'm just showing you how I'm doing it for this channel, which is somewhat how I'm doing it for this channel. There's another layer to it that I'm doing. So you could just say now, great. Now rewrite it and include these parts. So I'm going to say, okay, so in my case, I'm just going to do this as if it's for me. So, okay, first, number one, my name is Jonathan Dunkerley, and you can call him. So I'll just say that's the intro, and then I just go through a couple things like, if I want any notes, have a so I just said have a CTA or call to action to subscribe and ring the bell to like, subscribe, like a comma, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. It's a YouTube thing, and make sure it flows organically. Boom, boom. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, now you can just go through this list of things that you want in your video, like as far as your format and things like that, as you're building out your structure of your video. Um, let's see, what else do we want? So I want another I want another CTA to go to my call to action I have for like another crypto community that I'm in, where we learn how to like create passive income with crypto. But it's the thing is like it's an affiliate product that I have. So I tell people have a CTA to go to, I say DeFi earner.com because that's the URL. It's a redirect, which I really am a big fan of doing. I buy my URLs with something like Namecheap. You don't have to use Namecheap, but what I always do is I send it to Cloudflare. If you don't know what Cloudflare is, it's completely free for what you're going to be doing with it. And then it makes it so it doesn't really, especially for affiliate links, it's really good. And it anti phishing attacks. But I send them to that URL, and then percentage of the people they end up opting in. And another way that you could also do it is send them to a landing page, like right here. I didn't even bring it up on my page today. This is what I should have had up. AI profit checklist, for instance, is a landing page, and I do that on video channels for this videos for this channel, where I like same ways I'll promote that URL, and that ends up taking me, where's my mouse, to something like High Level, which is what I prefer to use because this is a good CRM, and it has great features for people that are utilizing it for email marketing as well. So many other features, and you can white label it, which is really cool, which is I'm actually looking into doing. So, where was that? Where'd my tab go? Right there in my face. So, have a CTA to go to. It is where? Just say something. It's where we learn. Okay, so now I have like a couple of different notes. I could say at the end, CTA to in my Discord. I'd say join me in my Discord at dunkmedia.club because everything's dunk because that's me. Why not? Okay, so now I got like rewrite with these parts. So I have like now it's gonna rewrite the outline with these parts. Is there anything else that I want to add in? I could always add in. And just continue going down this rabbit hole, or like add different little nuances or little parts like that. But okay, so now we're gonna generate that. Okay, it's regenerating. not the not a script yet, but an outline. So it's still the same thing. Even gave me a title. We could still work on that more like down the line. There's plenty of tools like Spotter or vidIQ are great ways to figure out some title ideas, or even just YouTube itself. Just so go down the line. Okay, so now there we go. So now there's a couple different things that you could do from this point. So wait, final install. Now, okay, so now one thing you could do right here is you could say, okay, now let's turn this into a script. You want it to be an outline right now. As an outline, what you could do is you can go and screen capture. Now, I have a Mac, so it might be a little different if you have a Windows computer or a Linux. But if you have a Mac, you could use QuickTime. It comes with every Mac. Or you could use here. Let me just bring it up on screen. This is a free tool that you could use if you wanted to just screen capture. It's completely free. If you're welcome to go grab it. It's I personally, I'm like, you could also stream with this, by the way. But right now I'm streaming with StreamYard because I like to I like to have it processed in the cloud versus on my computer because my computer's a little older and I keep on procrastinating on buying a new one. I should get a new one. I know. But yeah, see, it's a simple software and you could just bring in like your computer screen or your browser screen, and then you'd be able to do something. What I typically will do, and this is a good example how I kind of have a bunch of tabs up right now, is when I have something like this that I'm going to talk about, I bring up all the different tabs in preferably one browser. If you're using OBS, it might be it might be a little different, but I bring it up in one browser, and then I kind of just go down the list of like, I click on this one. Okay, now the next thing that I need, I click on this one, and then I could, I'm talking about it, and I maybe have my notes on the side, and I'm just like, but now if you're on camera, there's a couple different things you could do. You could, if you're good at just shooting the shit and just saying what you need to say, you could always just use your little outline and just go that. I'm not that way. Like I'm super OCD and I want everything to be perfect. I want everything, or not everything to be perfect. I'm super controlling with what I want the video to like the final product of the video to be. So I typically do that, but you could, where is it? You could also use avatar if you don't want to be on camera. And there's a couple different ways that you could do this pretty easily. Now, one way it's pretty, this way, if you wanted to go to, I've got an affiliate link for this one too. It's Easy AI Clone. If you wanted to go to that, do I have that here? I don't have it up here. I should have that up here. But HeyGen, it's a tool, and you can create these really cool AI avatars. There's other alternatives that you could do, but this is a really good one. Like, but again, there's other options out there that are as good or better. There's so many different ones. Now, on my videos, on my DeFi ones, I use this PFP that I have. This from an NFT project because it's a crypto stuff. It doesn't matter. Sorry. And I use Adobe Character Animator to create my avatar that I put on screen. And you might have seen that. It's like, if you're watching this on X, same PFP that I use as my PFP as on X. I use it on different platforms. I use it on school. I do a couple different platforms. Discord. It's just what like my PFP that I use when I don't when I don't use my face. And and it's not important. You can go generate your own. It doesn't have to be part of like a crypto thing. You can go generate one, or you can go buy one and just use it because you like it, or however you want to get the image. It's not important. So what I did is I use this tool, and I'm able to. I don't know if I could bring examples there. Oh yeah, scroll. So all what you do is you kind of like, I take the audio. So after I'm completely done with my entire video, I just export the audio, drop it in here. And then all what it does is I have it track my face. And then the audio automatically lip syncs the mouth. So the mouth actually will do all the mouth movements because I just put like a pre-designed mouth on top of the drawing. And then just to add some movement, because the thing is like the way our like psyche works is we want to be able to always see movement and stuff like that, catch our attention. So if you see like the characters are moving and stuff like these in these examples, all what I'm doing, super simple. It's like the most basic, or is it, version. I guess you could look at it more like this thing without even any of those. But all what I do is I just move my head every once in a while I'm watching. So maybe it's a 10-minute video. I just have to sit there for 10 minutes, watch my video or listen to my video and watch the tool, and then move my head a little bit like this. And I just throw a green background, a green screen background behind my image. And then I export it and I put it in my editing tool, which I'm using Descript. You can use whatever you like. It works just great, but that's what I'm using to create my profile picture, my animated profile picture in my videos. Again, if you want it to look like a human being, like a real human person, you could use something like HeyGen. But if you want it to be like a cartoon character, like I'm doing, then you can go ahead and use Adobe Character Animator. I just so you know on the prices, HeyGen is kind of pricey. You might actually here I don't think I'm not logged in on this browser, but you could probably find a solution here on replicate.com, which is, if you don't know what Replicate is, it's kind of like you could install different AI models here, and then it uses their servers. You could basically, you're renting server space here, so you might be able to do that. And if you're only going to be doing it a little, one thing I found with HeyGen is that if you're not using, I found that I was paying for more than I was using. So you might find a good solution. I should look into that and see if I can make a video showing people how to do that. That'd save you a little bit of money that way. Um, air? What do you mean air? Don't air me. All right. Yeah, and check out Replicate. It's a great tool. It's a great platform. There's a lot of good stuff here. A lot of cool models and build. And I actually generated over 6 months worth of content for my Facebook pages, and uh, I scheduled it out for 6 months, and I generated it all with Replicate. I think it cost me in server usage maybe $25-$30 for 6 months worth of content. I know, it's pretty impressive. You could sing your praises towards me, because, or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's get back to what we were doing. I'm getting distracted. Look at me, distraction. Okay, so now we could do, you might have to fine tune certain things like but I'm going to just say, write me a YouTube script. Remember, I was saying like maybe you might want to just use the outline. Well, maybe you want it to be a script. One other thing. How about sorry. If you don't want to use your own voice as well, you could use 11 Labs, or I'll show you another way that you can kind of do this for have less tools. But this is a great text to speech tool. Keep on refreshing. But you could also use, there's one built into Descript if you chose to use Descript. And yeah, if you wanted to use that, you'd be able to, here, I'll just actually show you real quick. As long as it doesn't. So if you wanted to use Descript, you'd have to sign up easyaiedits.com if you wanted to grab a Descript account. It is it's like $35 a month is what I pay for Descript. So it's not that expensive, and I get a lot of use out of it. I'm using the browser version right now, which is going a little slow because I'm streaming. I wasn't expecting to open it up. Okay. Let's finish this while we're shiny objects all over the place with my brain. Write me a YouTube script based off the outline above. And one thing that I always write. I'm not sure how well it's going to work if you have a brand new ChatGPT account, but what I always tell it is write it in my voice. So with ChatGPT, you could have things like custom GPTs. You could have your custom instructions for the entire thing. So you have examples of in your account what you sound like, what your patterns are. Like you, if you were doing this live stream or this video right now instead of me, you'd be saying things slightly different than me. You'd be talking a little different than me. So I have my style. I'm me. There's a reason that, that I have that the people may want to listen to me, even if I say something that some other people may not like. It's fine, but it's my voice. So I say, write it in my voice. Okay, let's see. And I also say, make the video. And I always like to say I aim on the higher side because I tend to talk fast. So if I have a video that I'm not going to be like, okay, guys, so we're here. There's this new update. It's great. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. That bored me just doing that for was that five, for like 5 years. I think it was 5 seconds. Okay. That's long. Okay. Let's see what it gives us. Let's see what it gives us. And it's reasoning. It's creating a YouTube script. Now it's writing that. Let's see what it gets. Well, so again, this is just another thing. If you do use Descript, you have it already. Awesome. If you don't, you can go to easyaiedits.com. That's my affiliate link. It helps support the channel, helps me be able to do these streams, and helps me be able to help you. But or you could use 11 Labs, or you could just talk. Use one of these things. These things, you talk into a mic, say like, hey, how's it going? My name's Jonathan. But all you need to do, it's super simple in order to create the stuff. You click right here, see where my mouse is, right here. It says write AI speech, and you click right there. And then anything you write right here, you can pick a different AI voice. Now you could say like, this is the one that's most recent. That's one that I created these are actually two. So Descript has been around for so long that it was before all of these AI voices were a thing. So this one says Jonathan. That's the old one where I sat here and I recorded my microphone like into this microphone right here. I talked into it for like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours reading scripts. And I uploaded it. And then I made this other one in like 5 minutes that sounds better. I know it sucks. Okay. But here, let me see. I think that you could, actually, I don't think that you can in that, but what I would do is I would type something in here, you type stuff in there and it would actually generate it into a voice. And then you could just turn it into an audio file. And then that could be the audio, the audio track. And then, you could even, get your video clips. But to me, personally, just doing it with the voice, it's I find that it's actually easier for me if I'm just on microphone. Now it may be different for you just because that's just the way I find it's going to make a lot more work. But one thing about it, doing it this way, I can tell you is that you're going to be able to pass the work off. Okay, so let's go back over here and take a look at the script it gave us. Okay. Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Jonathan Dunkerley, but you can call me Dunk. Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you ever have any notes about it, you could just make notes and it will rewrite the script. And kind of look at these scripts are kind of fleshed out. And then all you'd have to do is you'd bring up your tabs, you'd have your script, and maybe if you're on camera, you can get like a teleprompter. I actually have one for my camera right here, but I don't use it very often because I'm not recording videos like that very much anymore. But you could have a teleprompter. Also, by the way, if you're using your phone, I'm gonna just show you something real quick. It's gonna blow your mind. Look at this. So look at this. This app don't know if you could see it, you could focus on it. So, is it gonna? Why am I tapping that? I can't hear. There we go. I'll tap the screen so you can see. You can kind of see it, right? Amongst all the reflections. So that I can also turn it this way, and I could hit record, and it will scroll. See? See how easy that is? Super easy. Oh yeah, it grabbed my face again. So point is, so when I started creating content, all what I had was a dying iPhone and a window. I'm not kidding. Like that's all I had. That's all I was using to work with. I took my phone, I leaned it up against a windowsill, and this was during like the 2020 lockdowns. I didn't have anything else, and like work was done. Like I TV film stuff that I do, and it's like everything shut down. But I took it, I propped it up against the windowsill, and then once it was and I had like a script down here. I didn't have like, and I would put it in there, and I would just read the script, and then I would take that video file, I'd drop it into my editing software. I think I was just using iMovie on my phone at the time, and I also had a Mac Mini, which was from 2011, which is super slow. But I just recorded it like that. And then I just took whatever screenshots I recorded a video of a screen capture. I put it on my phone, and that's how I started making content on YouTube. I took a screen cap. I read a script with the front facing camera, which was 720p on my phone at the time. And I just recorded it. And then I took the thing. It's really, and you could do it so much easier. Imagine if I just had my phone right here and it was hooked up to my computer, and you could record my screen, which by the way, if you do have Descript, like I want to point this out, this might actually make things easier for you. If I hit record, I could hit record. You could record with others, which is really cool. I could show you. That's not what I was getting at. Why I clicked that. I was clicking and it's loading. Yeah, I'm just gonna reload this. There we go. So you could actually record. So say you have a teleprompter hooked up here. And again, it's like, I'm not talking about like in talking about like a simple one that just attaches to your lens. If you don't, saying I don't have a DSLR camera, you're talking about, you're crazy. I'm not going to do all that crazy stuff. Well, again, I showed you. You can do it with your cell phone. You can do that with your cell phone. So easy. Back to what I was talking about. So you could always just come to and hit record camera and hit record camera, mic or screen. All of those things. So that's going to open up a window where it's going to be more of a record, like you're going to be able to record your stuff. You could also do that from that other page, but this takes forever. I gotta sneeze. So then you would hit record, and you'd be able to do that. You'd also be able to drop a YouTube link as well, but it's just hit record, and and I could do things like record my, which is this camera. You see, it's just bringing me up on there right now. My microphone, it's like using my microphone, but I could come down here and I could say like, oh, I wanted to use my caster, which is this, my Rodecaster. And then if I wanted to say, okay, do my screen, I could say, okay, I'm just going to share my same screen. Why don't we just go into, there we go. So it's like that. So see, it's just like that. And then if I hit record, I'd be able to record everything that's on this screen right here, which is basically this, and I'd be able to create my video. Now, so it's really that simple. Okay, so now, now we have our script, and all you need to do is read through it, read through the tabs, and in this case, I'm just going to click this off. It's using my computer resources. But what I would do is I would just use that word. Remember, we talked about if you don't want to use Descript, free option is OBS, obsproject.com, completely free. And you can just go through these tab at a time. This tab. Okay, now we're going to talk about this. Okay, now we're going to talk about this. And if you have the teleprompter, oh, one other note. Say you say I don't, I have my DSLR camera, and I have my script, and I don't have any, like I don't want to use a teleprompter. Well, Descript actually has a thing where it will recorrect the direction of your eyes. So if you're like, if I'm like this, like it doesn't work as well with glasses, by the way. But if I'm like this, looking off to the side, it will actually, or even if I'm like looking over towards my second monitor over there, it will actually recorrect the direction my eyes are from over there to you, because now we're making eye contact, and we could have eye contact while we're hanging out here during our video. Next thing you know, they're going to be doing that for re-uploads and stuff, or live streams. Okay, so that's one way you can do this real quick, but I'm going to show you a real kind of, actually, I shouldn't have closed Descript, because that's what I was going to show you, the hack. So the first one's always the hardest whenever you're trying to create one of these things, because you have to create kind of your split, if that makes sense, like a template. So I'm going to click on this so the last thing that I edited was this one right here. see, like here's a good example, right? I don't know if you can see, like I made a video. This video right here was 5 minutes and 19 seconds. I only was able to get one short out of it. It's all good. This video is 8 minutes and 18 seconds. I was able to get 4 shorts out of it. Now, yes, I'm going to be able to get more ads play on this video than this one. But, I didn't need ones for 8 minutes long, because they weren't 8 minute plus long videos. They were 5 minute videos and 6 minute videos. I'm not going to make a video that's longer than it has to be. So, okay. So let's just click on this one right here, which, if you don't notice, like some of those topics that we had on that list are actually right here, videos that I've already made, and they were very easy to make. So once it opens, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go. So one thing I really like about Descript is it really does create a really nice transcript right here. And while editing, I kind of like correct little things in the transcript, which gives me a really clean, actual accurate transcript once the video. So look, see, that's what I do. I use this PDF showing you what I do with motion, the motion capture in a character animator. I just use this right here, and I don't know, I get a second of it. I don't think I have the audio hooked up correctly, but you'll see. I was playing through my computer, that's why. It's not that laggy. it's just the stream. But it takes that character, and I just drop them on here and I move them around. But now I'm saying, like, okay, I got this video done. What am I doing? I'm going to come down here to export, and then I'm going to click on transcript. You could also export the subtitles, by the way, for your YouTube videos. But I click on transcript and make sure that this is set to plain text. Hit copy, and we're going to come back over to ChatGPT. I find the right tab. There's this one right here. And I'm going to tell it to rewrite the script, but in the style of basically my last ones. You get what I'm saying. So I'm going to tell it to, actually, I am going to provide you with a example transcript from a previous. Wow, that was pretty bad. Please update script above to have a similar format as the transcript below. Include all CTAs and make sure it is in my voice, like in the last video. It's going to notice like speaking patterns and things like that. Transcript. And I'm just going to paste it down below. There we go. And now let's see what it gives us. Let's see. All right, so it's reasoning. Okay. It's already similar to my patterns. And of course, like one thing that I would always do is like before I start, I would read through this a little more thoroughly, the original one that came up. There we go. So now I have a script. You know, it's I'm almost out of the mini high, the ones for these reasonings. I only have 25. I have 25 responses remaining. We'll get through it. So you see, one thing that it did wrong was it made the script much shorter. So just say, remember, we wanted the video to be 10 to 20 minutes long. And it should rewrite it. So it made it around 10 minutes long. But again, if we wanted to flush it out, we could press it a little harder and get it to be a longer video. But I'm going to take a look at this and just see exactly. How's it going, everyone? I'm Jonathan Dunkerley. Few little things. How's it going, everybody? I'm Jonathan Dunkerley, and you can call me Dunk. Today, we're diving into one of the boldest moves in crypto history, Jupiter's 3 billion token burn. See how easy that was? Like I create a script. Now I can read it. And if you're on camera, again, there's some things that you have to hurdle over. But if you're not on camera, and what I do when I'm not on camera is I just bring up the tab to talk about. I have a little Mr. Phone right here. It has my script on it. And I read through it. And then when I'm done with that line, I go over to the next thing. And then to the next thing that I want to talk about. I'd be like, hey, did you know that with high level, you could white label and create an agency in 1 minute? It's like, it's kind of true. I love high level is a great tool, by the way, if you haven't used it. Startlistnow.com if you're interested. But see, now I have this whole entire script. I just go through it that way. Now, if you want to just straight up reverse engineer somebody's video, what I typically, and I was do is I'll like, okay, let's just go grab the title that it actually created for it. Why not? You know? Remember, it created a title earlier. And we'll always want, where is it? Create script. I think we're all the way at the top that it created the title. I think it was after this first round. Yeah, it created like a really long time. So I'm just going to have this, and then I'm just going to go. That's a very long title. That's way too long. But I'm going to go back over to YouTube. I'm going to paste this sucker in right here. I'm going to see what it finds. And of course, the first thing that it finds is like one that I just posted about it. But let's go find a different one. Okay, not a lot of views on these, but the thing about these are these are going to be searchable videos and not necessarily like things that are that. There we go. So let's just grab one of these. It doesn't really matter which one because I'm just, for this example, but I mean, typically I'd want to find something that has a higher, bigger outliers that have more views than these. These are kind of low. It's all good. But I'll show you the example. So here's how about this one? It actually did get a good rating. Was it? That title is just way too long. Maybe that's. I mean, even the video that I made didn't get very many views yet, but it's positioned than the other ones. And that's another point. It's like there's not a lot of people that have made it, but this I'll just use this as an example since the views on this video, but I'll give you the example because it's in the right niche or the right topics. I have to sign in to confirm I'm not a bot. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to sign in right now. You wanted me to sign in to confirm I'm not a bot, then why do you give me the option to watch without signing in? These are the questions. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this and I'm going to go back over, grab the transcript real quick. I paste it here, blah, 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 get transcript. The transcript for me, Ninja. Close that. There you go. So we got our transcript right here. That video. Copy. Now, I don't want it to play. Don't play. Oh, it won't even play because I have to confirm I'm not a bot. Is that copying? Is that copying? Yeah, it was. Okay. So, and I'm going to actually, I'm going to create a fresh ChatGPT chat just so we're not letting it look at the old information that we were doing. So I'm going to show you also, I'll use one of the lower models as well. So you don't have to worry about, we don't need to use the 03 mini. Let's just go to 01. 01 is great. I love 01. It's great. So I'm going to paste that transcript right there. Get rid of this part. Get rid of that. And then I'm just going to tell it what I want it to do first. Me a script for a video on this same topic. And you might need to do, just so you know, this is a little gray hat. This is from a previous video that I made on the topic, and I am remaking it. I will. This is just because ChatGPT doesn't like it when you're trying to reverse engineer things. I will also include a example of a more recent video's transcript, so you can base the new video script on that as for format and CTAs. Then I could just go back over here. Istanbul 2020. Zoom down to the bottom where this thing was. Grab my, I already closed Descript, so grab my transcript real quick from my video. There we go. Just grab that. And then I'm going to paste that in there. And it's going to give us, like, again. There we go. And hit there we go. Error. Gotta do that. It's reasoning. It's reasoning. All right. And look, it's even creating it by saying voiceover or on camera, what parts. Gave me my script. So how's it going? I'm Jonathan Dunkerley. You can call me Dunk. In today's video, we're talking about the Jupiter's massive 30% token burn from 10 billion down to 7 billion, and how this could seriously shake up the entire Jupiter ecosystem, broader crypto market, so on and so forth. Market in 2024 does not know what year it is. Must not. I've lost all faith in AI. But you see how it generated that very similar to the other script just by taking a transcript of a similar video, and you just basically go find videos that, and you're going to be able to just take those, drop them in there, grab the transcript, and just reverse engineer it. It really is that simple, because the thing is, like, YouTube, it's fine with you creating the same content over and over again, like somebody else's content. Because here's the thing, YouTube, they're going to be able to, like, they're fine with you creating all that stuff. When it's YouTube is fine with you creating that content because people resonate with creators. Like, you can hear this same information from like many thousands worth of like other creators that are out there besides me. You could do it, no problem. You can go do that. I know you can. What's up? What's up, Ian? How's it going? I was just going over how I'm kind of like reverse engineering some videos using AI. Yeah. You just caught me close to the end of my stream, though. Sorry. But it's good to see you. How's everything been? But so all I was just going over was basically saying, though, that now I have a script. So I took a video that I found on YouTube in the niche that I was trying to make the video for. I grabbed the transcript for it. And then I went and started a new chat just because I want to start fresh. And then if there's ever any like additional things, I could even say, like, sure, this is in my voice and sure the video is 10 to 20 minutes long. And you just fine tune it, keep on fine tuning it. In all honesty, this does very similar. I mean, you might need to make a few little tweaks, but this does sound like me. Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Jonathan Dunkerley. You can call me Dunk. Go watch one of my videos and tell me that that's not what I sound like. In today's video, we're talking about Jupyter Exchange, so on. So, go on. So first things first, why is this token burn even a big deal? So like, that's all you got to do. Just, you could be on camera, and I'll just show you this. It's like, you could do this, have a bunch of cuts and just keep on looking down. Depends on how much you could do. You could have your teleprompter, pop it right there, have your phone. Remember, I just showed you. It's a little blurry, but that's how I started on YouTube. That's how I started creating content. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. See? Teleprompter app. All right. Look, there we go. Oh, that's awesome, Ian. But yeah, so now I could take these videos, create videos really simply. And now, one extra thing that I wanted to point out, like, so one thing I really like about these videos, and the reason why I really also like using Descript, is that I'm able to take these videos once they're done. I do all my editing. I get it all done. It's pretty simple. I do my screen capture. I drop the screen capture into Descript. This is my process. You do you. You could use CapCut to do this. I think it's going to take longer if you're using CapCut, but hey, CapCut's free. I get it. But you drop it into Descript, and then I'm not on camera, so I do my PFP part last. But if you are on camera, I mean, you might want to just record it in Descript, and then the layers are going to be lined up. But you record your two different layers, however you're going to do it, and then then when it creates a transcript, and I just watch through the video that it recorded once, and just like, okay, delete, and I'll say if I recorded 30 minutes of footage of, like, my video took me 30 minutes to record, which is pretty common. Like, because I prep everything and I just hit record and go through it 30 minutes. Maybe it takes me about an hour to if I went through it without doing anything. But if I also, there's features like I could remove filler words instantly. I can remove the spaces. That takes some time back, like the gaps in between words. I could remove repeats. So if I say, all right, guys, I messed up. All right, guys, I messed up. Like, I can remove those things, just remove them from the video just instantly. So it's great. So a lot of times when I drop the footage in, and then I wait and it processes, and because what Descript does is it puts it in the cloud, and then I hit the button. So now I've created a script that I could just literally open up different tabs on my computer and read through the script or read through the outline. I tend to do outlines a lot more than scripts. My personal structure, by the way, if you wanted it to actually be how I do it, is like, I have, where is it? For the script, have scripted parts followed by bullet points, bullet point prompts. This should expand on what we were talking about on the scripted part. So something like that is actually how I typically do it, but I'm just, like you said, like, I'm just recording these parts. So now it's actually doing it more how I actually would record my script, because I like to have my phone and I'll record a portion of it. Like, I'll read my little script part and then I have like a bullet point like this where it says, okay, bullet points, why a 30% burn is considered massive. So why a 30%, why would a 30% burn, I can't speak, be considered massive? And then you could just like riff on that and fill in some extra space, but it's not about, you don't want to just fill it in with information like that's not important, but you could say it in your own words and you don't have to worry about it being perfectly scripted that way. There's a lot of people that say things off the cuff, and this way you could actually have a prompt. So you're actually intending to talk about something and you're not just talking in circles, which I probably do on these live streams, which I apologize. Sorry. But I like this format best. Just there's a scripted portion, and then I have my parts that I could just talk about. The reason why I want to have it formatted this way, and why I like having outlines, that in ChatGPT really helps with this, because this way I'm able to make sure that I don't miss anything. So if I just like, okay, oh man, I just forgot to say that thing and that thing. If I have an outline and I know that I have to hit every point in that outline, and once up to that outline, it's done, that's great. Like, perfect. And then the fact that you're just going through things one tab at a time, next tab, next tab, next tab, everything's in order. And then you guys say, oh, wait, I need to go talk about high level again. Oh, I want to give my CTA to go to startlistnow.com to start your high level, journey. So like, if I want to tell people to do that, I could just jump back to that part, which I am creating some more content about high level, by the way. If you're interested in learning about that, I actually really do like it as a CRM, and it's the fact that you could white label everything that's in it for, I think it's only like just shy of $297, I think is what it is, and you can white label the whole platform. It's just crazy to me. And then like there's sorry, that's not technically white label, that's agency, but then you can white label for the 500, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about right now. But, and then, go through the different different things that you need to do, and you're going to create your content. I can't stress about how much easier this makes it just to create content. If you wanted to create a really, really well thought out, well structured video doing something like this, you could do it like, if I record a video, it takes me like 20 to 30 minutes to record the video. And then the, well, it takes me the majority of, I'll put it this way, the majority of the time that it takes me to do this is actually, I'd say the most is actually just the editing, in all honesty. But the second most time intensive part is just researching what it is, and that's including using things like ChatGPT to do it, like including that. So the editing is the most, and then this part right here, what I just did with you, is like the second most time intensive part, because now I'm like, okay, what do I need to open up? Which tabs do I need to open up? And that's it. And if it's not a tab, then you got to figure out like how to share your screen from another thing, and you can do that with OBS. OBS, again, free, completely free. Windows, Mac, Linux. You could stream with it, and you could capture your screen. Cool. So again, I just wanted to show you how I'm creating content fast and how I'm doing it with higher quality. And one of the things that I really do want to point out, one of the reasons why I kind of have shifted to being off camera more often than not, I like being on camera right here when we're hanging out live, because, you don't need me to be on camera when I'm recording a video, because even though I know you hear my voice, I know we're hanging out, but I'm not actually there live. I don't, just so you know, I'm not actually there live. But there you go. So there we go. But yeah, I'm not actually on the video live. So sorry to disappoint you. So I think that this is when you want to be on camera, when you can hang out with people, when you can have a conversation with people. So one thing that I love about this format is that at a certain point, you're going to be able to integrate things like, you get the script down, right? You get the script down, and then you could start adding in things like like 11 Labs, or again, Descript does it as well, where you could on your voice and or just use another voice and completely do things faceless, but it's still high quality content. So then you could pass that all that extra, those few extra hours of work to create this high quality piece of video that's going to get you leads, that's going to get you affiliate commissions and things like that, all from you saw all that work. And in all honesty, the way things are moving, a lot of this stuff is just going to keep less and less of this ourselves. So, thank you for hanging out. Of course. Yeah, it's getting a little glitchy. There we go. Even this glitchy. Okay, cool. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I hope that this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Come and hang out in my Discord at dunkmedia.club, and I will see everybody in the next video.